Welcome to the show. Yeah. Lights up. Curtain twitching, city holding his breath. Yeah. I walk out the shadow with a spark in my chest. Name in the rafters, pressure in my breath. Came for the moment, stayed for the throne. Built this stage out of skin and bone. Smile for the cameras, pain in a grin. I make it look easy, but it's war I'm in. I do it for the love, yeah, I do it for the crowd. But don't confuse kindness for laying down. I'm here for the noise, I'm here for the night. I'm here to turn scars into stadium lights. Welcome to the show, where the real don't fold, where the hearts stay cracked, where the wheels stay gold. Welcome to the show. I bleed in control. I'll make you feel alive, but I won't play slow.
Crowd drops out, one voice, raw echoing.
Are you not entertained?
Jim Savage has entered the building.
Hold savage, enter the algorithm with the likes. Share is content and subscribe to them. I like subscription like them savage, Hit the likes. Help savage enter the algorithm with the likes. Share is content, subscribe to them in the algorithm.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to the Jim Savage Show. Before I get started, with all due respect, I have to do one thing, and one thing only, before we get started.
Peace and love, my brother. First of all, let me take my shoes off before I come into the room. Peace and love to all the beautiful queens in the chat. The SBG First Lady, Anya Bracey, Dakima Renee, Robin M, DB, Shiesty Bum, Bomb Cherry Juice Rogue, C, it's me, Dr. G, Conversations with MJ, Jalen, Genesis, Brittany B, Sexy Red TV, all the queens down there, man, the Voice of Venus, Flora, Verbal Assassin, all the queens out there, man. I don't want to forget about none of the queens. Like I say, every time I come on this platform, I'm going to make it my purpose to lift y'all up, give y'all flowers, and show these men, show these knuckleheads how to treat the queens on the internet.
Gotta treat the queens right on the internet, no matter if they ratchet as fuck, no matter if they be little dudes. No matter what, we have to treat the queens like queens. You know what? What I really wanted to do, my next show, was to look up the definition of a queen. I did it already. I just wanted to do it, my bad, in front of you guys. So this is what I'm going to do. Let's see here. Queen defined. So, it says here, a noun, the female ruler of an independent state, especially one who inherits the position by right of birth. Okay, we understand that. Then we got the verb for the queen. And it says, behave in an unpleasantly superior way. Unpleasant, superior way towards someone. So here's the thing, guys. Remember who the queens are. The unpleasant. All right, what's going on, everybody? Shout out to Pagoda. Shout out to Fairy Wings. What's good with everybody? Thank you. Make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't, and share. Today, I'm just going to show a couple things, videos of Black History Month, since we're here, and how it got started. Hopefully it's a true story. Let's see here. But again, before we get started, there's a little homework to do. I want you to listen to my assistant.
Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you click that like button to support my man, Jim Savage.
Yeah, she is gorgeous, isn't she? And also, we work hard out here. We work hard for the graphics, the content, the structure of the shows, even just waking up in the morning and trying to clear our voices just to speak to everyone out there and put some content out that you might agree with, not agree with, like or dislike. But we're working hard in the background just for you guys. You dig? So this is what I'm going to do.
Donations. Pass the offering plate around and donate to the Cash App and PayPal.
Yes, indeed. This is exactly what I'm going to do. And let's get to the show.
Are you ready for the show?
All right. You see the chat right over there. It's all about you guys. And just in case you forget, the Cash App is right there. PayPal is right there at the bottom. All right. So let's start with this right here. All right. I can put this on big screen. Share that. I'll put myself in the corner. Put baby in the corner. It is. I guess it's all right. We got a month. But you know what? To be honest with you, a lot of people say it's just a month. But due to all the inventions, all the progression, all the back sweat, back scratches, back whips that we've gone through, this world has become very privileged. And everything we use to our privileges are built off the backs of the blacks. So, to be honest with you, every day is Black history. Everything we use is Black history. Everything that is copied is Black history. So I don't really pay attention to the month. I pay attention to the year. The more of our ideas that have been stolen and used to civilize this uncivilized world, I'm proud. I am very proud of what was stolen from us or what we created. So, due to that, let's watch a little bit of this.
Black History Month, also known as African American History Month in the U.S., is an annual observance in Canada, the United Kingdom, the Netherlands, and the United States. It began as a way for remembering important people and events in the history of the African diaspora. It is celebrated annually in the United States and Canada in February, as well as in the United Kingdom, the Netherlands, and the Republic of Ireland in October. The precursor to Black History Month was created in 1926 in the United States, when historian Carter G. Woodson and the Association for the Study of Negro Life and History announced the second week of February to be Negro History Week. This week was chosen because it coincided with the birthday of Abraham Lincoln on February 12th and of Frederick Douglass on February 14th, both of which dates Black.
Yo, y'all see Stanley right there? Oh, shit. Man, got Stanley next to the Lincoln. What?
Communities had celebrated together since the late 19th century. From the event's initial phase, primary emphasis was placed on encouraging the coordinated teaching of the history of American Blacks in the nation's public schools. The first Negro History Week was met with a lukewarm response, gaining the cooperation of the Departments of Education of the states of North Carolina, Delaware, and West Virginia, as well as the city school administrations of Baltimore and Washington, D.C. Despite this far from universal acceptance, the event was regarded by Woodson as one of the most fortunate steps ever taken by the association, and plans for a repeat of the event on an annual basis continued apace. By 1929, the Journal of Negro History was able to note that with only 2 exceptions, officials with the state departments of educations of every state with considerable Negro population had made the event known to.
You know, I think we should go back. Go back to dressing like we dressed back in the day, man. Like, look decent going out somewhere instead of looking like scrubs, bums. Look at them; they all have like halfway button-down shirts, dresses, you know, jackets, pants, slacks, not sweatpants, hoodies. It's a great thing to be black, you know what I mean?
That state's teachers and distributed official literature associated with the event. Churches also played a significant role in the distribution of literature in association with Negro History Week during the initial interval, with the mainstream and black press aiding in the publicity effort. Negro History Week was met with enthusiastic response. It prompted the creation of Black History Clubs, an increase in interest among teachers, and interest from progressive whites. Negro History Week grew in popularity throughout the following decades, with mayors across the United States endorsing it as a holiday. Black History Month was first proposed by Black educators and the Black United Students at Kent State University in February 1969. The first celebration of Black History Month took place at Kent State 1 year later, the whole month of February in 1970. 6 years later, Black History Month was being celebrated all across the country in educational institutions, centers of Black culture, and community centers both great and small. When President Gerald Ford recognized Black History Month during the celebration of the United States bicentennial, he urged Americans to, quote, seize the opportunity to honor the too often neglected accomplishments of Black Americans in every area of endeavor throughout our history. What Carter G. Woodson would say about the continued celebrations of Black History Month is unknown, but he would smile on all the honest efforts to make Black history a field of serious study and provide the public with thoughtful conversation and celebration. To you, the viewer that just watched this video.
Indeed. All right. Just start off at the beginning, a little Black history. I do have another video I wanted to play, but I wanted to go to my inbox because I saved a couple of things about the inventions that we've some things that a lot of people wouldn't know that we've created out here. So let me go there and see, because I forgot. It's a lot of things that I save in my inbox. Let's do this. Let's bring this over here. Stanley, what's going on with you, man?
What?
What's going on with you? Long time no hear from, I guess. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Like I said, like, share, subscribe if you haven't. And I know y'all usually don't ever in your life do this, but the Cash App is open, so is the PayPal. You know what I mean? And it's only to donate to the show so we can create more content. What is going on here? How come it's doing it? It's always something when I'm trying to get some work done. Always something. But what we're going to do here is I'm just going to play it. Fuck it. Get rid of that. Can anybody in the chat name one thing that they know that a black person has invented Starting now. Let's see what you know. Let me see what you think they've invented. What you heard a black person has invented. Isaac, you doing it shit. I never done that. Blood preservation. Ooh, good one, Stanley. All right. What about Shakespeare? Do you know any black history, or are you just a troll? Or are you just a troll? Let's see. World class. I know you know something. If you're still out there. Fairy Wings, what's good? Vagoda, what's good? Let's see what you guys know. Let's see what you guys know. And while you're thinking about that, I am going to share my screen once again. On this side. All right, let's see what this is.
His improved chamber commode.
My bad, ladies and gentlemen. I really don't prepare for my shows. I just jump into it. Let's go.
You need to hear this if you love discovering hidden heroes in history. The next time you step into your bathroom, remember, one black inventor quietly revolutionized it all. Let's talk about Thomas Elkins. Picture the 1800s. No indoor plumbing, just chilly outhouses and messy chamber pots in every bedroom. Uncomfortable, smelly and hard to clean. Then along came Thomas Elkins. Born around 1818, Elkins faced a world stacked against him, but that didn't stop him. He became a pharmacist, a dentist, and, most memorably, an inventor. Elkins looked at those dreadful chamber pots and thought, there must be a better way. His improved chamber commode made life cleaner, healthier, and a bit more dignified for everyday people. But Elkins didn't stop there. He even helped pioneer refrigeration, making homes safer and food fresher. His story, like so many black inventors, was hidden away by history. So next time you flush, remember, it's not just plumbing. It's a legacy of innovation, resilience, and brilliance we're only just beginning to celebrate.
I know I want to give a shout out to him because one of my favorite places is the bathroom, taking a shit. One of my favorite places where I think the most. That's where I come up with all the ideas. Just taking a nice shit. Comfortable shit. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you for all your contribution to the comfort of the potties. You dig? Because if without I can only imagine what the world will smell like. Or the uncomfortable and people. Y'all gotta think about that. Think about your ass. Think about your ass. Imagine what you would have to go through. Well, we can ask Stanley because Stanley is old. When you were growing up, did you use leaves to wipe your ass? Because and were you on like the wood? Because if you were sitting on wood after other people shitted on the wood, I think that's totally fucking disgusting. I couldn't do it. So you got to give credit when credit's due. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't. I don't even like. I don't even like sitting on like using the toilet after other people. I always clean the toilet up, spray that shit. But thanks to him that we could take comfortable shits now. And the world is a lot more comfortable and civilized. The ones they call savages, right? Like us, melanin skinned people. They see us as non-human. They see us as savages. But yet, we all live off the majority of our inventions. And we are civilized, comfortable people because of the things that we have created. which we get no love for it. Well, yeah, for a month, we get the love for it. But like I said at the beginning, forget what they are saying. Forget what they are talking about. You know who the days are. Every year, with my comfort, is a celebration of Black history. Every single year. Because we live, listen, you wouldn't be able to see without the light bulb. You wouldn't ever be able to walk and be protected without the light bulb. Because they told me when it was a blackout over there in Dominican Republic for like a week, oh, danger. Danger, danger. Let's see what this one is.
White women complained so much about Black women's beauty that the government passed a law to cover their hair. And you probably weren't taught this in school. It was 1786. Louisiana. Free Black women in New Orleans wore their hair high and elaborate, styled, adorned with jewels, feathers, ribbons. They were confident, visible, and impossible to ignore. And that was the problem. White women complained to the governor, said Black women looked too elegant, said they were competing for attention, said they needed to be put back in their place. Here's where it turns. The government listened. Governor Esteban Miro passed the Tignon laws. Black women were legally forced to cover their hair with plain cloth wraps. The goal wasn't modesty, it was control. Make them less visible, less powerful. But the law backfired. Black women took the required head wraps and transformed them, styled them higher, added color and jewels, made the tignon even more striking than their uncovered hair. What was meant to erase Black beauty became a symbol of resistance. So ask yourself this: why did beauty feel threatening enough to become law? Comment Tignon if you were never taught this, and follow for more untaught truths.
Y'all knew that. I know for a fact none of y'all. Deacon Dave was really good. I'm gonna call you Deacon Dan for Deacon Dave was really good with you. I bet y'all didn't know that the white women were complaining about the Black woman's beauty and their elegance, their hair, how they had it sticking up with jewels going through it. Deacon Dan. With all the jewels, just like we create some of the most phenomenal things. We can take the lamest shit and make it our own. You know what I mean? Or we can just create something in our heads that can help the world live comfortably. Like watching a Black woman with natural hair, braided and bedazzled, is a beautiful thing. Because I can, Shiesty Bob. I know that you simple-minded fuck nuggets think that just because someone dates a white woman, that their eyes are shut off to you Black women. Oh, I have a Black mother. I have Black sisters, aunts. Black is gorgeous. And I know that's just how y'all think. Like your minds are so diluted with trash that would be the first thing you would say, Shiesty Bum. Plus the last word of your name. So let's get to the next one. I love you though. I love you though. Early popcorn. Let's get it. Let's get it in. You know, I can be Shiesty. Not a bum, but I can be Shiesty as well. So let's see, what's the next one? I'm learning from you, Shiesty. I'm learning from y'all. Know y'all always talk about my white woman. Listen, I can go back. I already got you in the chat talking about my white woman. Don't start no shit, won't be no shit. Do, 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 do. I feel all types of ways. I feel grand today, Shiesty. I feel like that ever since I was told that you were a bad mamma jamma, that I might have to have a dream about you. But here we go. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. The next one here. You're so corny. Stop the cat. Shut your ass up. All right. The next one. Let's see what this one is.
Dr. Percy Julian, the grandson of enslaved people, became a leading American chemist. In 1949, he developed a large-scale method to synthesize cortisone and hydrocortisone from soybeans, replacing expensive animal sources. His work made treatment for arthritis and inflammation affordable for millions worldwide. Dr. Percy Julian.
That was quick, but black chemist is a plus. Black chemist is definitely a plus. Cortisone, I need that shit. I got bad knees. I have bad knees. And for the comfort in walking, as you notice, I keep saying the comfort in life, the comfort, the privileges. Mr. Center of the World was good with you. It's Black History Month. And these inventions that we have distributed or allowed to be stolen from us, they make the comfort of life. You know what I mean? Like I am so proud of the melanin skinned people. Like we are gods, to be honest with you. We are freaking gods. And I wish more of us thought that way about each other. You know what I mean? You know, I'm gonna take I think it's unnecessary if we can't look at it directly. So I'm gonna take that off my screen. Wow. And I might have to make my face a little bit bigger. Let's do this. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. All right, that's much better. You can see my face. All right, glad you can see my face. So let's do this. The next one. But you got to be proud. You have to be proud of us as melanin skinned people. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones that make a better place for you and me. Oh, let's not do that. There's a choice we're making. It's saving all our lives. Yeah, who remembers that song? That's real Black power right there. All those Black celebrities in one place singing a song and a sprinkle of little saltines around, you know. It's a beautiful thing. There's a choice we're making
of lynchings and
saving all our lives. You to make a better place for you and me. All right, here we go. I don't know what this one is, but here we go.
Did you know that in 1917, 10,000 black men, women, and children marched in silence through New York City to protest lynching and racial violence? It was called the Silent Protest Parade, one of the first great civil rights demonstrations in America. The march was organized by the NAACP after a wave of lynchings and one of the deadliest race massacres in U.S. history. In July 1917, white mobs in East St. Louis murdered hundreds of black residents and burned entire neighborhoods. The nation looked away, but black leaders refused to be silent. They decided to march not with shouts but with silence. On July 28, 1917, more than 10,000 people filled Fifth Avenue in New York City. Women and children dressed in white to symbolize mourning and purity. Men wore dark suits, their faces grave with dignity. Not a word was spoken. Only the sound of drums and footsteps. Banners told the truth America wanted to ignore. They marched to protest lynching, segregation, and racial terror. Thousands of white New Yorkers lined the streets, some astonished, others sneering. For 5 hours, the silence stretched a sea of black faces, unbroken, unafraid. Their silence spoke louder than words. We are here, we will be seen. Newspapers across the nation reported the march. Black voices demanding justice could no longer be ignored. But President Woodrow Wilson, who had promised to fight lynching, stayed silent. Still, the silent parade planted a seed for future civil rights movements. It showed the power of unity, dignity, and discipline in the face of hate. The Silent Protest Parade of 1917 is forgotten in most history books, but its question remains: would their silence be heard in America today? History remembers the powerful.
Y'all know what I think about all the time? What would happen? How would the world be if we stuck together as one people, how would it change? How would it change everything? If we decided to unite and be the strong, be that strong movement that we've been looking for, that we need actually. And I know a lot of people might say, you know, blah, 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 about Black people, you know, sticking together. But this is how we live. This is our tribe. This is how our tribe lives together. It's hard for us not to survive. I mean, it's hard for us to survive if we're not together. We don't, if we really look at it, we don't live, think, act, relate, or even teach our kids like other people. But yet, we find every excuse, every simple, smallest excuse to keep ourselves segregated. When we know the type of people we are. Yes, Stanley, we're tribal people. You should know this. You read books. Oh, yes, Shiesty we. You see? You see what I mean? Just like that. The smallest idiotic words that keep us segregated. Tribe? We? How dare you talk about us like this? We're supposed to be the idiots away from each other. We're supposed to be segregated. We're supposed to be apart. This is the stupidity that we have doctrine in our minds, in our brains. It's always to fight against each other. I don't see anybody doing anything about Black history at all. I don't see anyone. I see Anton Daniels and his side chick. I see the most ratchet shit from y'all. The most ratchet shit that you promote. And then something that is meaningful. This is how y'all treat it. And this is exactly why we are the way we are. Because y'all want to be white people. Y'all want to act like we are not tribal and need to be together as one. But it's okay. You're going to lose regardless. So here's another one. Here's another one for you. Stanley, we know what you do, so it really doesn't matter what you say. This is what you don't understand. You trolls are hilarious. And that's all you're ever going to be. Let's see. All right. Here we go. There we go. All right. Let's see about this one. Now, this one's interesting to me.
This is why you need to know Augustus Jackson, the man who turned ice cream into a universal delight. Born in 1808, Jackson started young, cooking for US presidents at just 9 years old. But his real magic began when he left the White House for Philadelphia. Here, he revolutionized ice cream by creating the eggless recipe we still use today. Before Jackson, ice cream was a luxury for the rich. His ingenious use of salt lowered the freezing point, making it easier to produce and more affordable. He sold his creations in metal tins to local Black-owned parlors, democratizing dessert. Jackson's legacy isn't just in the flavors, but in the joy and accessibility of ice cream itself. His passion for bringing people together over a shared love for ice cream has made it more than a treat. So next time you enjoy a scoop, remember Augustus Jackson, the man who made every lick possible. Stay cool, history buffs.
I wonder if they, if he was that owl, how many licks did you take to get to the put? I'm just playing. Here's a joke. But yes, every summer, you enjoy a cool snack that keeps you cool in the summertime with flavor. With flavor. The invention of blacks. The blacks. I'll probably haunt you, Stanley, when I say the blacks. You probably get goosebumps. Your hair probably stick on top of your head when someone says the blacks. Start looking around. Where's John Gold? Oh my God. All right. Let's see. What other Negroloids thing do we have? Bedtime stories? Okay, let's see what this is. I don't know. Let's see. I know you prefer Italians. We like white women. All right, let's see some rebellious blacks who stand up for themselves. I actually prefer Italian ice too, because I'm lactose intolerant. I'll be shitting all over the place if I eat that ice cream. But it's still delicious. And it's an invention from blacks. All right, what else we got here? With all this black power around us, all this melanated, godly. You know what I mean? Nigerian, I prefer Somalian toast. I just don't have to say anything. It is what it is. So here we go.
You refused to wear the medal. You are looking at one of the most controversial moments. In figure skating history, 1994 World Championships, her name is Surya Bonale, a black powerhouse in a sport obsessed with ice princesses. That night, she was undeniable. Her jumps were massive. Her technique was flawless. She didn't just skate to the music, she owned it. But when the scores came up, the crowd gasped. Her technical scores were high, but her artistic scores suspiciously low. She wasn't beaten by a better skater, she was beaten by the judges. So at the medal ceremony, she rebelled. She refused to stand on the podium. And when she finally stepped up, she took the silver medal off her neck. She held it in her hand. A silent protest that screamed louder than words. She didn't speak to the press. She let the moment speak for itself, but she wasn't done. Years later, at the 1998 Olympics, she gave the world one final image, the backflip. Landing on one foot, it was illegal, it was dangerous, it was legendary. She knew she wouldn't win gold, so she decided to win history. Surya Bonale didn't skate for their approval, she skated for respect.
You cannot top black people, man. A backflip into on one leg on ice. We are fucking phenomenal. Are you serious? Man. But yet we still sit here and say the dumbest things to each other. Y'all were just talking about Nigerian ice. I just see the clip about Nigeria. Oh my God. I'm gonna blame somebody from Nigeria, put it this way. This goes out to Shiesty Bump is a clown. He said Nigerians got ice cream. What? Fucking troll, yo, for real. Nigerians got ice cream. You're a fucking clown. Why wouldn't they have ice cream? Oh my God. Look up. I'm gonna do that after this one. Oh my God, it's got me sweating over here. Let me see what Godfrey got to say. I haven't watched none of these. I just, clipped them. I watched a little bit and then clip it.
I was offered one time, they wanted, the roast on Comedy Central. They wanted to do, and this is no diss to them. It's just they wanted to do a roast of historical figures. Like they do the drunken comedy thing with the presidents and stuff. They said, we want, you play Malcolm X, all right? And then they're roasting. I go, no, I'm not doing that.
Hell no.
And they literally, my agents were like, "What do you mean?" I go, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Medgar Evers, James Baldwin, Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth. I don't play games like that.
Off limits.
I said the reason why, and remember, I'm not foundational Black American. I'm Nigerian, but my parents were able to come here because of the Civil Rights Bill off of Black American sweat. I said, I'm not playing that game where these guys took a bullet. All these guys that I mentioned took a bullet so that I could be here, so that we could all at least have some kind of freedoms.
Yeah. Our ancestors have taken bullets, whippings, all types of things, so we could be here comfortable. What is this? So we can be here and enjoy the luxuries of life. What is this? Hold on, let me see what this is first. This might be some Black history too. You don't trust anybody, Chastity Bob. No, I'm not gonna do that one. This is crazy. But yeah, let me look. What was it said again? It's called Fan Yogo. Fan Yogo. Okay, let's look that up. Let's see if they got some Fan Yogo here. And you said that's Nigerian ice cream. How does that taste, Yeti? How does that taste? Does it taste like American ice cream? Does it have that nice, cool? Let me see. What is it called again? Fan Yogo? Let's look up some Fan Yogo. Let's get some Nigerian ice cream in this motherfucker. Why are we so separated? I don't understand that. Why are people so separated, huh? Oh, it's like them little Go-Gurts, man. It's a Go-Gurt. Let me see. Hold up. Okay. All right, let's let y'all see. It's a Go-Gurt. It's a motherfucking Go-Gurt. So would you say that Black history isn't African history? No. The Blacks. Let's talk about the Blacks. Let's see what we got here. It's a Go-Gurt drink. It's a Go-Gurt. Ooh, damn, everything. Yeah. I don't like those Go-Gurts, man. Is that what the is that the closest? Yeah, is that the closest y'all have to ice cream? Is Go-Gurts? Cause yeah, I don't know about that because I'm definitely lactose intolerant. Let me see. History. Adventure. All right. Excellent. Let's see what we have here. Okay, 100 things. Let's do that. This is going to be interesting. I want to share this. All right, let's talk about it. I'm going to ask to do something that you never done before, and I don't even know why I'm asking because you ain't going to do it. Come up here and say something, Shaxty, which is said to be fine at. All right. So let's share this. Black on black. No, you have to look up how to make Nigerian. Okay, I will, because I'm interested a little bit. Definitely interested a little bit. But let's do this right here real quick.
Welcome to the part one of our series on the 100 Black inventions that changed the world.
For too long, the media has ignored the achievements of Black inventors, making it seem like they weren't as smart or talented. In school, we learn about things like the light bulb, electricity, and other important discoveries from inventors like Thomas Edison, Nikola Tesla, Albert Einstein, and Benjamin Franklin. But we don't hear about the incredible inventions made by Black inventors. It's time to change that. Today, we embark on a journey to unearth a legacy that has long been ignored, a series that unveils the untold stories of 100 Black inventions that changed the world. These Black inventors, whose names have been shrouded in darkness, refuse to let their history hold them back. Their intelligence and resilience propelled them forward, defying the barriers of slavery, discrimination, and racism. In this episode, we're going to share their stories and tell you about the amazing things they invented that changed our lives. Before we get right into the video, please smash the like button and subscribe to the channel so you can catch all the parts in this series and keep informed of our eye-opening Black narrative. Number 100, 3-light traffic light. The 3-light traffic signal we see today has greatly improved our safety on the roads, but very few people know that the traffic signal was inspired by the invention of a Black person. The person behind this brilliant invention was Garrett Morgan, an African-American businessman and inventor. He lived in Cleveland, Ohio, and was the first Black person in the city to own a car. In 1922, he witnessed an accident between a horse-drawn carriage and a car, which inspired him to find a way to prevent such accidents in the future. At that time, police officers were responsible for directing traffic, but it was difficult for drivers to see them, and their signals were limited to just stop and go. This made it hard for drivers to navigate through traffic. So Morgan came up with a new idea. He invented a traffic signal that had folding arms with signs that said stop and go. The signal would be placed on a post above the road, making it easier for drivers to see. He also added a third position where the signal could be raised halfway, indicating caution. This was like the modern yellow signal that we see today. To operate the signal, a traffic attendant would turn a crank, raising the post and showing the appropriate sign. If necessary, the attendant could stop all lanes by showing the stop sign. Morgan's invention was patented in 1923, and he sold the rights to General Electric for $40,000. Number 99, home security system. The 1960s were one of the most dangerous times in American history, and for a Black woman whose husband was always working at odd hours, staying alone in her home at night left Marie Van Britten Brown feeling pretty vulnerable. Unfortunately, their neighborhood had a high crime rate, and Marie was concerned about the slow response time of the police. In response to this, Marie came up with the first home security system when she was 40 years old. Initially, their invention consisted of 4 small windows, a movable camera, TV screens, and microphones. The cameras could move from one window to another. These cameras were connected to TV screens inside Marie's home. By using the TV screens, Marie could see who was at her door without actually having to be there physically or open the door.
Do y'all see the genius? The genius? Oh, I'm just so, it's mind-boggling.
The microphones were also important as they allowed Marie to communicate with the person outside without having to face them directly or open the door. Marie Van Britten Brown's invention of the home security system has had a significant impact on the security systems we have today. Her innovative idea paved the way for further developments and improvements in security systems that are still used today. Number 98, folding bed. In 1885, African-American inventor Sarah Good would create one of the most famous inventions designed for maximum comfort. Her patented folding bed would inspire the modern-day
Hold on, so the futon, pretty much, because I remember seeing this in movies where the bed comes out the fucking wall and you see that. Just to think about that, the folding bed where you have more room in your house. Who doesn't want a fold-in bed? Who wouldn't want that? You could create so much more room in your house with a fold-in bed.
Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you click that like button to support my man, Jim Savage.
Donations. Pass the offering plate around and donate to the Cash App and PayPal.
Don't get jacked up.
Listen, cuzzo, Drop those knuckleheads when I tell you, boy.
Drop them knuckleheads when I tell you, boy. I'm looking for a pH balance to be on my team to drop people who will volunteer. Shiesty Bomb was really good. Beep, 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 beep. All right.
Murphy bed. Being a furniture store owner, she saw a business opportunity and made an audacious move. When Sarah Good heard about the problem of limited space in Chicago apartments, she wanted to help. She invented a bed that could fold up and be hidden, similar to the Murphy bed we know today. It was like a cabinet that could turn into a desk, with spaces for writing supplies. Sarah's goal was to make the bed easy to lift and keep in place when folded, and to provide extra support in the middle when unfolded. In 1885, Sarah Good became one of the first African-American women to get a patent for her invention of the folding bed, number 97.
Sarah was good. Now that is a good invention right there. The folding bed, it leaves room in your house so you can take care of business. You can do your exercising, let your dog run around, you know what I mean? Let your kids play on the floor, your bed's not in the way. How many of you out there are go in your room, right? And your bed is more than half of your room. Your bed's more than half of your room. You have no room to do anything, not unless you have a big house. But even then, your bed takes over the whole room. Sarah Good. Y'all give it up for Sarah Good. Do I got any claps in these motherfuckers, man?
Awesome.
There we go. All right.
Protective mailbox. In October 27, 1891, Philip B. Downing was granted a patent that changed the mail system forever. That patent was for a street letterbox, essentially the mailbox we see all around the country, where you can post a letter any time of day. In the early 1800s, U.S. citizens posted and received their mail via a post office. People would need to travel far distances to visit their local post office for their mailing needs. So there was a need for a better, more convenient solution. Downing designed the mailbox that we all recognize today, a metal box with 4 legs. This invention changed the need to go to the post office in order to mail a letter. It included a hinged door that kept bad weather such as rain and snow from damaging the mail, and also a safety feature making the mail secure until it is picked up by postal employees.
Do you understand that instead of a horse galloping around for days to get your mail there, or for you to even travel to put your mail somewhere, this man has invented the mailbox, where one person goes and collects all your mail so you can get the information to another person. Convenience, comfort, security, and communications. Black power. Black power.
The Downing letterbox patent became the basis of the letterbox we have today. Number 96, blood banks. It's impossible to determine how many hundreds of thousands of people would have lost their lives without the contributions of African-American inventor Dr. Charles Drew. This physician, researcher, and surgeon revolutionized the understanding of blood plasma, leading to the invention of blood banks. During World War II, there was a great need for blood transfusions due to the large number of casualties, but there were challenges in transporting and preserving blood for long periods. Recognizing this problem, Drew focused his research on finding a solution. He developed a method to store and preserve plasma, which is a vital component of blood, separately from whole blood. This allowed plasma to be stored for longer periods without losing its life-saving properties. He also came up with the idea of blood banking, which involves collecting, testing, and storing blood so it can be used for transfusions when needed. Drew's work was a game changer. It not only helped save many lives during the war, but also paved the way for advancements in blood transfusion techniques. His ideas and innovations laid the foundation for the modern blood banking system that we rely on today. Number 95.
One blood, one blood. Man, the more I watch, the more exciting I am getting, and the more I feel warm inside. My softer side, my softer side is coming out. You know what I mean? To see all this black love and this community, the community, these inventions are brilliant. Just to think about everyday survival. Man, black people are fucking brilliant. God.
5. Refrigerated trucks.
Commercials. So while this commercial goes, because I don't want to get denied. But don't you think it's a beautiful thing to see all these wonderful inventions? All these wonderful inventions by black people. And they're still used today. Today. There's no such thing. So they're trying to trick you into thinking that it's only a month. Man, this is life for us. We make sure everybody is safe and privileged, to be honest with you. Just like what I saw at the beginning. My favorite place is the bathroom. The toilet, without a comfortable toilet, I'm a rat. I can't do it. I can't do it. Might as well just shit on yourself. Shout out to the Frederick McKinley. Drugs. Nice. Do you understand? Till this day, they use that invention. In order for you to get your meats semi-fresh, I'm just putting it fresh, cold, ready for you to buy and cook so you can chef it up for your kids when they're annoying the fuck out of you. Mommy, I'm hungry. I'm hungry, mommy and daddy, I'm hungry. What? That invention helps you help your kids and your family, especially on Thanksgiving. All those cold meats. First, before we start this, how many of you, like me, cannot stand the fucking steps? I'm sorry I'm cursing so much. It's just part of my vocabulary now. Who can stand? I got bad knees. Damn those steps. So thank you, Alexander Mao. Thank you for making it comfortable for a knee cracking like me to get to the top floor. Top floor, baby.
A real inventor and businessman.
Still used this day. I saw that, right? It even helped a white woman. Yo, just listen to the details in the working of the elevator. And like to this day, where do we even come up with this in our heads for us to invent things like this? You have to be some sort of genius. Genius. What? To invent things like this that we use till this day. I mean, the black mind is phenomenal. Phenomenal. Back to my favorite place, the bathroom. Oh, shit.
The remainder of the roll.
Hold
This
on,
invention
hold on,
helps
hold
by
on.
always keeping the toilet paper in an accessible position, making it more convenient to get a roll of paper right when you need it. Number 90, revolutionize the
Oh, shit.
made easier by enabling the transportation of perishable goods to faraway markets.
Damn it.
Number 94, automatic elevator doors. On the 11th of October, 1887, a highly skilled barber, inventor, and businessman named Alexander Miles received a patent for a technology that would revolutionize the way we use high-rise buildings forever. His invention? Automatic elevator doors. Though a seemingly small milestone in the history of technology, his innovative design made the use of elevators infinitely easier and safer, earning him a spot in the National Inventors Hall of Fame. Whatever the reason, Alexander had identified just how dangerous the elevators of the 19th century were. As they had to be opened manually, either by an operator or the passengers themselves, people were often at risk of plummeting down the shaft with horrific injury. Miles's design included a flexible belt attached to the elevator cage, with drums positioned on it to indicate if the elevator had reached a floor. When this occurred, the doors would automatically open and close by means of levers and rollers. The influence of his elevator patent is still seen in modern designs, and the automatic opening and closing of elevator and elevator shaft doors have become a standard feature. Number 93, Super Soaker Summer just wouldn't be the same without Lonnie Johnson's invention. Johnson was an aerospace engineer for NASA who happened to invent the popular children's toy. In 1982, Air Force and NASA engineer Lonnie Johnson conceived of the idea of a pressurized water gun after shooting a powerful stream of water in his bathroom while performing experiments for a new type of refrigeration system. This experimentation, which resulted in Johnson shooting a stream of water across his bathroom into the tub.
Who said the Super Soaker? Somebody in the chat said Super Soaker. Was that you, Stanley?
Led directly to the development of the Power Drencher, the precursor to the Super Soaker. Number 92, tissue holder. Mary Beatrice Davidson Kenner, along with her sister, was a wizard of making your trip to the bathroom.
Didn't the women, the black women back in the day, look so damn glamorous? Like, even if it was like a black and white picture, they just look so pure and beautiful. It's just nice to look at. Wonderful.
Bathroom as pleasant as possible. They both invented a toilet tissue holder in the 1970s, which they share a patent on. This invention was created with the purpose of eliminating the problem of grasping the free end of a toilet paper roll, which happens when the free end of the paper is positioned tightly against the remainder of the roll. This invention helps by always keeping the toilet paper in an accessible position, making it more convenient to get a roll of paper right when you need it. Number 91, peanut butter.
Hey!
Generally, when people think of famous African American inventors, one of the first names that springs to mind.
Vagoda, you're right. Peanut butter. And you know what? Without the peanut butter invention, Reese's would not have been invented. And I am the biggest fan of Reese's Pieces. Wow. Peanut butter cups, actually. Reese's peanut butter cups. The best. The best.
Mind is George Washington Carver. Perhaps most famously, Carver's inventions included the discovery of over 300 different uses for peanuts, such as making cooking oil, axle grease, and printer's ink. Carver was the first African-American student accepted to Iowa State and quickly became a campus leader and excelling in botany and horticulture. After finishing his education, George Washington Carver was convinced by Booker T. Washington to serve as the director of agriculture at the upstart Tuskegee Institute. Though the job offered very little in terms of pay, Carver took the position and ran with it. It was there he devised his method of crop rotation. Through the system, crops flourished, but a large surplus of peanuts also developed. This led George Washington Carver to develop alternate uses for the peanut. Today, everyone and their dog can thank George Washington Carver for the invention of peanut butter. Number 90, laser phaco. Imagine living in a world ranging from hazy, clouded vision to that of total darkness for 30 years.
Oh, shit.
Before 1985, that was the plight of those with cataracts who did not want to risk surgery with a mechanical grinder. As a noted ophthalmologist and famous black inventor, Dr. Patricia Bath dedicated her life to the treatment and prevention of visual impairments. Her personal belief that everyone has the right to sight.
See, look how beautiful these black women are. Oh, my gosh. Wonderful.
Led to her invention in 1985 of a specialized tool and procedure for the removal of cataracts. With the laser phaco probe and procedure, Dr. Bath increased the accuracy and results of cataract surgery, which had previously been performed manually with a mechanical grinder.
Oh, that looks like it's going to be a commercial. Yeah, if I talk, right, and you don't see the screen, remind me that I dropped that off. Because I was talking and watching it myself without y'all watching it. It's a commercial right now. Let's get rid of this commercial. I'm so proud of, I am so happy, proud of people. The earlier aged ones. Because
probe invention and the development of the procedure for its use, Dr. Bath helped restore the sight of several people who had been blinded by cataracts for up to 30 years. Number 89, automatic gear shift. Richard Spikes was a well-known inventor whose automatic transmission for the car gears and other automotive-related inventions transformed the transportation industry. Spikes invented the gear shift to help keep the gears.
I, myself, did not know that. Holy everything. Do y'all realize everything that we use today is black invented? Wow.
Constant for different speeds, which also helps people to drive up hills. In December 1932, Spikes received a patent for an automatic gear shift device based on automatic transmission for automobiles and other motor vehicles. Number 88, dustpan. The first dustpan was invented in 1858 by American inventor T. McNeil, for which he was granted a United States patent. However, it was Lloyd P. Ray's improvement that gave us the dustpan we all recognize today. The African-American inventor made improvements to the dustpan by the addition of a short wooden handle and a
So instead of using a cardboard that you that was sitting next to the trash, he created a dustpan. You know, similar but a little more convenient.
Collection plate made of metal, and this invention was patented in 1897. The addition of a metal plate and a short wooden handle allowed sweepers to collect trash without getting their hands dirty. Due to the convenience it provided, Ray's invention quickly became a household staple. Number 87, gold tee golf was totally a different sport before Dr. George Grant came along. Prior to the invention of the wooden tee at the turn of the 19th century, golfers made tees out of sand. Courses would supply each hole with a box of wet sand from which the golfer would fashion a raised mound using either his hands or a cone-shaped mold. In 1899, Boston dentist Dr. George Grant, frustrated with this tedious and messy process, invented a wooden golf tee. However, it wasn't until William Lowell, another dentist, invented the ready tee in the early 1920s that using a wooden tee became common practice. Number 86, lawn sprinkler African-American inventor Joseph H. Smith improved upon the lawn sprinkler by patenting the first rotary head lawn sprinkler in 1897 that sprayed water in two directions. In 1898, he was granted a second patent for modifications and improvements to his original design. His invention eliminated the need to drag a hose over the lawn and reposition it periodically to ensure a relatively even watering of the lawn.
Beautiful.
Number 85, modern toilet. Thanks to Thomas Elkins, your bathroom breaks are as comfortable as ever.
So I'm starting to think that black folks really took a lot of shit back in the day. So they like focused on toilets. Yeah. And I'm glad they did because it's nothing like taking a comfortable shit. I love it.
Elkins didn't outright invent the modern toilet. His improvements to the chamber commode would inspire the mechanics of the modern toilet. His patented design came with several amenities, including a bureau, mirror, book rack, washstand, table, easy chair, and earth closet or chamber stool.
Whoa.
Over the years, the toilet would go through several modifications to become the porcelain throne it is today. Number 84, ringing mop. In 1893, Thomas W. Stewart would devise an invention that would make cleaning less of a back-breaking labor. The ringing mop we know today was inspired by his invention, which provided a way to care for the slate, stone, or marble floors that were a feature of the homes of the aristocracy, and later the middle classes. Thanks to his invention of a clamping device that could wring water out of the mop by using a lever, floor cleaning was not nearly the chore it once was. Number 83, reversible stroller. Modern-day reversible strollers and baby carriages are the work of African-American inventor W.H. Richardson. Although the first...
Do you see, ladies and gentlemen, the comfort for your children? Everybody uses it. All race use this invention. Oh my God, it's just phenomenal what we do.
First baby carriage was invented in 1733 by William Kent for the Duke of Devonshire. Its lavish design made it harder for everyday individuals to have access to them. However, Richardson patented a new type of baby carriage on June 18, 1889, that was more efficient and affordable. The design featured wheels that could turn 360 degrees in a smaller turning radius. The bassinet was also designed so it could face out or in towards the parent. Over a century later, his invention is still a popular choice among parents.
Apparently you can go from zero to a complete site in just...
I knew it was going to go to commercial. Good. Hold on. I want number 82. It's almost done.
Cutter. By 1863, A.P. Ashbourne worked as a caterer, having amassed a respected following in Pennsylvania. He catered weddings and buffets of the wealthy elite in Philadelphia and was selected as one of a handful of local caterers for the 1863 Emancipation celebration held in the city. While attending this event, Ashbourne noticed that the biscuits were simply hand-patted and lacked any real form. He began a decade-long process to create a device, a spring-loaded biscuit cutter, that would guarantee a uniform shape and size. His patented cutter had a board to load and unload biscuits easily. At the time, his invention brought convenience and accuracy to the flour-based food product. Number 81, airplane propelling. While the Wright brothers designed and constructed the world's first practical fixed-pitch propeller, it was black inventors, among many others, that would improve the mechanics to be what it is today.
Look at that.
In 1920, African-American inventor James Sloan Adams was granted a patent for a new and improved propelling means for airplanes, which utilized the stored-up energy of a spring to the fullest advantage for driving the airplane forward. This rounds up the part 1 of our series on the 100 black inventions that changed the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was that. Did any of you guys know that we invented so many different things, and there's 100 of them. That was only what 10 that they showed. There's 100 that we use till this day. Such a phenomenal group of people. Such a phenomenal group of people. Of course you did, Stanley. You probably invented something yourself, as old as you are. Let's see. I am opening up the panel because when I watch too many videos, my eyes get tired. It's in a book. Just take a look. Stanley's Rainbow. I can't do anything. Okay. The panel is open if anyone wants to come up and chop it up. I'm gonna take my OBS off when someone comes up. Yeah. If not, then I've been here about an hour. I have nothing else to say. It's Black History Month, and I probably will continue the inventions, the next 10 tomorrow. And yeah, and I'm kind of tired. I woke up early this morning. I worked late last night. Tired. So if no one's coming up, I will shut it down so I can take a nap, and then I might come back on. Hopefully someone's doing a show and I could be in their chat trolling. That being said, this is what I'm going to play before I go.
Peace and love, my brother. First of all, let me take my shoes off before I come into the room. Peace and love to all the beautiful queens in the chat. The SBG First Lady, Anya.
I wish you didn't mute, but I told him to shut the fuck up. Y'all have a good night. I'm out of here. I'm going to take a nap, and then I'll be back. Have a